Wow, can you believe it's been 17 years since 9/11? I remember coming in the robbery division that day on the 7th floor at 1200 Travis downtown. When I walked through, we had a TV in the lobby, and everybody was around the TV, and everybody was saying, wow, an airplane hit one of the buildings in New York. And they was all blaming the traffic controllers. Maybe there's a mistake there. As I was standing there watching it, the second plane hit the other building, and all of us got quiet. We knew something was wrong, we just didn't know what it was. And boy, we didn't know what it was.
Yeah, it seemed like it was just yesterday. And I was at the car dealership dealing with one of our detectives' cars that had a recall. And I was in the waiting room watching the television, and they were showing the actual first plane hitting one of the towers. And I remember thinking, I said, wow, it must be a pilot wanting to commit suicide or something, because this is not normal. And then as we're sitting there talking and trying to figure it out, the second plane crashes into the second tower. And I just knew then, I said, our whole world is fixing to change. And it was a scary feeling. And even though it was 17 years ago, it's just like it was yesterday.
Yeah, I was actually in Singapore when that happened. We were about 10 hours ahead of New York time. And I remember we were at a reception at a hotel, and everybody gathered around the televisions at the hotel, and no one was at the reception. I thought, this is kind of odd. And so when we went outside and saw the televisions, we immediately got taxis and went back to our homes, because we didn't really know. The guy I was working for at the time told me, we'll get you home as soon as we can. The United States is under attack. And so, at that point, I started making some phone calls, and I called one of my mentors at home from the Houston Fire Department, and he and I were talking about our friends in New York Fire Department that we knew, that we were wondering if they were there. And we were thinking, we'd all worked downtown our entire careers when we were with Houston, and we were thinking about procedurally exactly what those guys were doing and how they would respond. And then I'll never forget, when the first tower came down, we knew, they're all gone. And that's exactly what we said on the phone. They're all gone.
Yeah, I was in shock. I was in shock when I saw that.
Yeah.
And it's a scary feeling to be out of the country, and all of a sudden people telling you we're at war.
Mm-hmm.
You got to try to figure out how to come back home. And here we are 17 years later, and I feel we're still at war.
Sure.
And I know some of the citizens kind of forgot what happened, but you and I and the mayor, we can't afford to forget. We have to remember and keep on our toes.
Yeah, you're right. We see it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Thank y'all so much for sharing your memories of 9/11. On that day and every day, we owe great debt to our first responders. If you'd like to hear more stories and help out our first responders at the same time, then please attend the Pasadena Little Theater's 110 Stories by Sarah Tuft on Tuesday, September 11th at the Gala Event Center. All proceeds will benefit our local police and firefighters. Event sponsorships are also available. For tickets and information, go to PasadenaLittleTheater.org.